we could Marvolia the Magician. The little spider. Because might as well see. Let's see what we get. I mean, that's high roll. That's high roll right there. Well done. You are indeed a great magician. Hello, Gomez here for LAN Party again. Another deck for you today. This one's actually from a viewer, a long-time viewer. Definitely always gets like a decks out and whatnot like that. So from Last Dutch Hero, this is the random luck deck. Let's get into this. So like I said, this deck is actually from a viewer called Last Dutch Hero. I made a couple of changes. Like I say, a couple of changes. I made like one change to it, really. But other than that, it's more like the comedy of the deck, in that you don't know what you're gonna get. So let's get into this. And obviously, just like they've been hounding me for a long time trying to play this. So here's me. So basically, I just put a fortune croaker in because I wanted that more draw. But the whole idea of random luck is it literally is just all on the what you roll, whether you roll high or roll low. You see how you do. So we've got things like Jury Praying, it creates a random minion. Coral Creature creates a random spell. You've got Unspeakable Horror, creates a random thing on Nightfall. You've got the Hunters, who just creates a random sea monster. We've got Petty Officer, who can create a random 1-cost. You're always taking the random 1-cost here. You could technically take the Keg to work with Unspeakable Horror if needed in certain circumstances, but most of the time you're going for the random 1-cost. The Morfolio, the Great Magician, for the randomness of the 1-cost that you're creating here, or the 1-cost that you've got above, the ability to turn them into a 5-cost. Just whatever 5-cost one you get, there's so many different things to choose from that's devastating. Remitter is then in there as well. Remitter you could use either on what Marvolo has created or on Marvolo himself to make a 6-cost unit. You really don't want to use this on the 1-cost units. That's critical that you remember this fact, that you really don't want to use this on the 1-cost units. Bear in mind, if you use it on a 1-cost, it becomes a 3-cost unit, and there is always the chance of Solitary Monk. That is always like in that chance. I'm not saying it's always going to happen, but I'm saying know that it's chance-wise you get Solitary Monk and just recall everyone back to your hand. But, you know, that is like all the random aspects. We've got some draw mechanics in here. We've got what you got, like, you know, a little bit of just like a grab, which is like a grab elusive, and finishers, as well as like a counterplay, and then Ledros is in there. Just if the game goes on too long, Ledros definitely is going to cut down that game time. So it's just nice to have Ledros in here as a finisher, because you do have the atrocity on top of vengeance as well, and so you're just trying to get yourself through the game with randomness until you get to that point. But it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a really fun deck to play, and so I would recommend it. Which is, so bear in mind, I said like it was first conceived. Like I made a few changes, but it was first conceived by Last Dutch Hero. Really good viewer, and honestly, thank you for throwing this my way. Bear in mind, people, shameless plug time: Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Which is, so you can catch me on all those things. I'm not as active on Instagram, but I'm active on Twitter and definitely on Twitch. I'm live on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. If you want to come catch the action live, feel free to have good times. Yes, also there's the Discord link down below if you want to join the Discord. What a lovely community of people. If you want to post deck ideas and concepts in there, I'm always up to talk about that, as well as the lovely community that we're forming in there is always very good and nice to hear. So without further ado, let's get in and see how this deck does in a couple of matchups. We're against the healing, right, okay. We're against the healing deck, so we don't run any counter. We don't run any counter to Landmark, so literally it is heart of the cards, whatever we get. I'm actually gonna keep this hand. I'm gonna really hope that the Remitter is gonna do something for me that's gonna legitimately save my life, because the Remitter is the only one who can save my life right now against this kind of a deck. Bear in mind, we know that they run Hush. We know that they can, like the second that Landmark hits on the board, that's when we're in trouble. The second the Landmark hits on the board, that's when we're in danger. Immediately go forward. We can't play anything else. There's literally no point in us doing anything other than just like saving the mana at this point. I listen. All right. So bear in mind that the second landmark hits, which could happen this turn, or Soraka could hit this turn. We are okay, or not. We leave it just in case landmark hits. So what we could have done there is we could have done damage into this one, but if they've got a guiding touch or anything like that, it would have just caused us problems. So next turn we go to turn 4. If we keep ourselves on 1, if we at least keep 3 mana. If Tahm Kench were to come out, we could use Vengeance, but I feel like I've got to like start to build a board, start to work out what my plan's gonna be. That's actually not a bad 1 cost, you know. It's a 1 cost that makes another 1 cost.
Caring for the stars shows their true potential.
So potentially Tahm Kench should come down this turn. Potentially Tahm Kench should come down this turn. We are 1 mana away from being able to use a Vengeance, so there was no point in us trying like to hold back for that move. Might as well get the elusive damage in while we've got it. I said Tahm Kench could. There we go. Tahm Kench drops this turn. But as long as he uses his, ET Eats, as long as he uses the ET Eats, they should not have the mana for Bastion, which means that we can just immediately just Vengeance. So they do that. They should not have the mana now to now counter this move. So it's okay. So Tahm Kench is not a problem at the moment, which is quite nice. We could just go even more elusive on our opponent right now, because that seems to be our better plan, if I'm going to be honest. We just take the damage. Take the damage at this point, because literally just anything that we do healing wise is more going to help our opponent rather than hinder them. So we might as well just go, Sonic, we go under the radar, 100% elusive. Potential hush moves, by the way, which can definitely come out at the moment. But the main thing to remember is our opponent has not played landmark yet. Our opponent has not played a landmark yet, so we're in an okay spot. But he's near out! So it's okay. We've got the ability, but he's near out. We've got a glimpse from beyond, like to stop from taking damage if needed. But as I said, the main thing is the fact that landmark is not out yet. So we're perfectly fine. He says as landmark drops. Okay, our opponent's still gonna go. I feel like our opponent still goes for an attack because they might as well at this point, right? Get rid of one of our elusives. It gives us the ability to throw the remitter out. Potentially, yeah. So potentially they've got a heal for this. You don't do that move unless you've got a heal for it. The thing of it is, right? So we kind of need to throw something in the way of this. Because otherwise. We're in trouble. So part of me's feeling do that move, but that would be the one I would target with Remitter, because it then leaves my only real choice to target with Remitter as being this one, which I really would rather have the elusive damage going in. But or maybe we defend there, and then we might as well, because this one's already at full health, we might as well do this. Just to stop Star Spirit. Marvolio, the great magician! Okay. So I mean, we go with the Remitter first and see what we get. So Remitter! Sacrifice for the greater cause. I mean, technically what we could have done is we could have thrown Marvolio out and then remitted Marvolio, which yet again might have been a better call. Okay, significant heals. So she levels, it's okay, At this moment in time, we just need to try and make sure that our opponent can't level this. That's more the thing, which is important. So we could Marvolio the magician, the little spider, because might as well see. Let's see what we get. I mean, that's high roll. That's high roll right there. Well done. You are indeed a great magician. I mean, even our opponent is like, that's crazy. Potential hush moves. So we kind of do need to play around them, and so the only way that we can play around them is what are you at? You're at 5. I guess sadly, Marvolio, I do apologize, my friend, but that makes more sense. That move makes more sense. Marvolio, so we just go forward with all of our elusive boys and GG. Potential hushes, as I said, which can like obviously like cause some problems. Hush, 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 hush. But we high rolled. It's okay. It's okay. I believe in the high roll capabilities. So, I mean, I want to see whether or not they spank a bunch of mana, because admittedly that is. See, so now they just throw any of their heals directly into core. They throw any of their heals directly into core. I need to hope that they don't. I don't have the heals, don't have the guiding touches, but anything that we are forcing like that is away from this landmark. So in a manner of speaking, it is somewhat okay. It is somewhat okay. It's not the best. It's not the best, but I'll take it at this moment in time. So all we got to do is survive the turn and not activate the landmark. Survive the turn, activate the landmark. It shouldn't be too hard, right? Survive the turn, activate landmark. It's doable. It's doable. Right, so. Okay. It's okay, it's okay. That I don't mind. So killing both of my elusives there. We've still got these elusives. We should again, I said hush. Hush is a thing. We go down, so we have to defend here. That's crucial. We just do that defense. We just do that defense, and then we go. Do it, Marvolio. No. We use the remitter. We use the remitter on top of it. That's fine. You know what? That's fine. Anything like that, any heals which are then not helping this like that. I honestly can. Oh come on, yes, we can beat the healing deck. We can beat the healing deck with randomness. So let's see what we can get from you. Okay. I mean, imagine if that would have dropped. Imagine if that would have been this, like, you know, like, I mean, admittedly, maybe we should have waited, but that was hilarious. That is a grab. We should have waited. I forgot that was in that range. I mean, what we're going to do now is we are going to use old jailbreak to see what randomness we get, and then Marvolio, the great magician. So this isn't looking too good, but let's see what we can change you into. Ta-da! Oh, son of a bitch! That's what we had before. Marvolio, I expected better. Marvolio is supposed to be a great magician. Okay, right. So that's quite big. The question is, do we just throw Ledros out at this moment in time, or do we try to see whether or not we can get them down to one? Because they might have a hush, but do they have all the hushes is the question. So because what they might do, it depends, or they might just throw a heal directly into core, right? So maybe what we should, let's go. I feel like please don't hurt them. I mean, because we're dead this turn, we have to win this turn. We have to try to win this turn. That is our best plan. So admittedly, maybe actually, so heals and see hush. They get one hush, so he throws that in. But he doesn't. Right, huh? Wait. Okay. Don't have a heal for core. Don't have a heal for core. Don't have a heal for core. As long as our opponent does not have a heal for core, because obviously they've already won, right? If this goes through, they have already won. So we just need them not to have a heal for core. That's GG. Don't have the heal for core. Don't have the heal for core. Allow the rand. No, okay, they have heal for core. Wait, oh, wait. No, they don't. Wait. No. Don't find heal. Don't find heal. The fact that randomness managed to beat the healing deck is by far unbelievably funny. So, I mean, to be fair, really good combination, because Vi and Draven work really well together. Especially with the fact that obviously like his axes give her +2, right? So Ledros we don't need right now. I'm actually gonna get rid of the pool shark. Gonna get rid of the pool shark, but I'm gonna keep the cutthroat. I said I wanted to get rid of you. Okay, right. So we have the great magician. To be fair, Marvolio is such an underrated card. Marvolio, I feel like the magnificent magician Marvolio is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the most underrated cards in this game. the banter.
Of course I'm ready.
The banter that he provides alone is more than enough. Okay, so it depends on whether or not our opponent goes for an open. Because if our opponent plays something, Petty Officer kind of becomes the counter to...
The world awaits!
Ah, do you remember when I said that Petty Officer becomes like the counter to this? Well, that kind of stops that from being a thing, doesn't it? Give me... God. High roll on the one costs. Weirdly, I mean, that is damage. That is damage into the opponent's core. That's not actually bad. I mean, we take the 3, and then Marvolio. Okay, fair enough. Marvolio. To be fair, that's damage which is not hitting us in the face. That's like damage which they've been forced to put elsewhere. I mean, I was really hoping I was going to top deck. The problem is I kind of want the elusive damage right now, but you know what? Marvolio! Marvolio, take the elusive damage and make it huger! That's actually quite big. The fact that's got regen. The fact the overwhelm regen. Marvolio, you glorious bastard!
Set it all ablaze!
We keep Marvolio back because they get a trade-off. I mean, admittedly, maybe we wouldn't really mind it getting rid of the Legionnaire drama. Wouldn't have actually been the worst. But okay, right, so they get rid of that. Maybe we should have gone forward with Marvolio as well. I was not honestly expecting the transfusion. I'd be lying if I said that I was expecting transfusion there, but it's okay. We've still got options. So Slippy, potentially actually we want to get, so now we're getting to the point where I don't mind throwing down pull shot, because like the main things which then so Vengeance and now we're kind of getting to the thing where Vengeance and Ledros are the two things we don't really want to draw. Yeah, so we want to wait to use this until she's about to level. When she's about to level, that's when we take the kill away from her. So I guess we see what's in the random generator today.
Golden glory.
Potential. I mean, we're still years away from that being like the card, but potential. Oh, see, do you remember? Like I said, there's less chance, but obviously, of course, Ledros still decided to show himself. So this is still a 1 cost. So Marvolio, the great magician. I'm not gonna lie, Marvolio. I expected better than that. Marvolio. You've proven yourself to be a greater magician than this. Okay, so we're gonna be losing this Ledros. I mean, to be fair, that gets us closer to deep, which might then activate that as being a thing, which is it's not the worst. Marvolio. Right, so the question is right now: do we set the hooks? Grab everyone else out here, because we want to just be causing as much damage into our opponent as possible. We don't kill Vi, but if we can get her health down to the point where she can actually be quite easily devoured, it'd be quite nice. Obviously, if she gets to the point of leveling right now, in terms of that if our opponent plays enough cards to level Vi, then we just glimpse this one. So there could be calls for saying that's a misplay, but I like the idea of just trying now to hammer that damage home. We know that we've got an atrocity. We know that we've got elusive damage. We know that there's so many things that can deal damage into our opponent that we've kind of got to go right now. Go. Our opponent's taking a long time with their decision making. Potentially sometimes we should take more time. Ooh. So the plan there, yeah, so that they get them to 10. Just gonna see what they're gonna do additionally. So they've done that so that regardless of even if we use the glimpse, she still levels. But we can stop the level on the first one and make it so at least this is gonna do some damage into her, which then means that this has a potential out of doing so. So I don't mind using that to get let's see what we can get. Okay, so not bad. We lose one Marvolio, but it's okay. So they've got the level up on Vi, which is, I'm not gonna lie, it's not ideal. But it's okay. We can still get some damage. We lose Ledros, which is slightly problematic, but as long as we can try and use some cards, which our opponent is helping us with right now.
Good luck punching with that.
Okay, so The thing of it is that you need to remember that whatever we play, if we play something elusive, that's what they target. So at this moment in time, most likely, I feel like we pass. See what they do, and then we play some elusive stuff. So we've got an atrocity move, but we've got 2 atrocity moves. It doesn't really mean too much in the grand scheme of things. Let's be honest. Part of me actually wants to go for a bit of draw. Bit of draw. Gives us the option to trade off both of these as well by doing that. Then we can play Slippy, and then next turn play another Slippy. It gives us more options.
Little jerks grow up so
Gives us more options, but yes, so we don't want to be playing our elusives until they've struck forward. Don't want to play our elusive. Don't want to play our hand too soon, Yugi. Don't want to play the hand too soon. That's fine.
This is outrage!
So,
No entry.
I mean, admittedly, I guess we could keep that one alive, but I feel like we just go like that, throw this elusive out. We could even throw Zap out as an option, but I feel like we throw the more expensive one out at the moment. Admittedly, they are going to be attuned, so we still do go up to things. So, Zap would give us full mana. This gives us fusion. I mean, I guess that gives us draw. I guess there was a little bit of draw that gets given by playing Zap, but... Owie! Okay. We need to be trying to force our opponent down right now. We need to be trying to force our opponent down. So, all the elusive damage that we can throw at them. I wish that I had like one more mana this turn. I could throw down both of my elusives. But you gotta take what you can. You gotta take what you can. So, that's the thing. The more damage that we do, it opens up the atrocity move even more so. So that's why we don't throw Zap down this turn, is because we might as well try and get as much elusive damage in as possible, and then boom. So, because that is potential lethal. Are we gonna play anything? Okay. I mean, we've got to go. We've got to go, because we want to be trying to force out of our opponent any removal that they have right now. They've only got 4 cards in the hand. So any removal we can force out of them, and we're somewhat okay. But they might just not do anything at all. Ooh. They're finding answers. Quickly, find the answers, find the answers, find the kill moves, find the witch, find the... My God, they actually got to find... My God! I mean, if they couldn't find it all, but that GG, my opponent, GG. Got there in the end. That's the main point. I mean, it's a good deck. It's a good deck. Twisted Fate with Swain. It's a good combination. Really damage heavy. Potentially, I almost want to keep the Vengeance. Potentially, I want to keep that Vengeance because that Vengeance provides counter to Swain. I feel like Swain is going to be more my problem. Especially when Leviathan hits, Swain is going to be devastating. So, we trust our hands to the gods of randomness. We should like, it should just be something like, we should like have a little dice animation or something like that going for the high rolls. But the randomness of the dice, I'm literally just like, casting the die of fate and seeing what comes out. But God, I listen. I see your man, and I raise you, man. But mine would actually get straw. So, Pat doesn't want to do anything there. We could, right? So what we've done there is we've actually allowed our opponent. We've allowed our opponent to now flock these. Like that's like the one problem with our plan is. Okay. So I mean, everyone's gonna be taking one. We might as well at least get some draw off of her and like deny a tiny portion of damage from Swain. Deny the tiniest portion of damage from him. So let's see what we get. Where's my Marvolio, the Great Magician? That's what it's all about. It's all about the Marvolio! Right, at this point, we just want to be going forward because Twisted Fate potentially just drops next turn with red card anyway. So Twisted Fate potentially drops next turn with red card anyway, so we kind of want to throw as much damage as we can at them right now. Potentially, we are at the point now where the worst things we could draw would be Ledros Atrocity and Vengeance, but we've got to go with the gamble, Campbell. Got to go with the gamble. So potentially our opponent might be holding Twisted in hand, Potentially our opponent's home distance. There you are! I knew it! I mean, so we could just maybe glimpse. But if we glimpse, then we're not playing anything else this turn, are we? Like if we do the glimpse move, that is pretty much all of our mana done. So potentially we throw out Coral Creature. Coral Creature, we get a little bit of mana back. Parlay, and the fact that we have. Okay. The thing of it is that if we top deck Marvolio, I guess we have got a jailbreak. So if we top deck Marvolio, the Great Magician, then we can throw this out and then see what we get out of that. So we want to save the mana. Potentially we're looking at maybe Unspeakable. Okay, so we've got Petty Officer, no Marvolio, but on the plus side, it was Petty Officer who is the fleeting one. So we can play that. Get our random 1 cost. And then we throw Unspeakable Horror and Parlay on top of Twisted. Especially knowing the fact that he's just done that and he's going to try and level Twisted quite quickly right now. So throw that on top of there. Throw that and then Parlay into his core. See what we get from this. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, Leviathan counter later on. Potentially. So, they could actually. Oh, fair enough. I mean, making sure they're at least getting some use out of him makes complete sense as well. But obviously, that has helped. Swain is near enough leveled at this moment in time.
Study into practice.
Actually, no, we leave you back. It'd be too silly. We have got a Remitter now, which we could use on top of the Petty Officer, because at least that is 3 cost going into a 5 cost, potentially going into a Radiant Guardian. I can't high roll into the Radiant Guardian. Go on, do it. You know you want to. Technically, you know you want to. Go. Return with interest. I mean, to be fair, that is actually quite interesting. You have returned with interest. Look at those muscles. Okay, that is just potentially soured what our opponent's plan was gonna be. So that's quite challenges. Or not. Oh no. That's just the. Do I do this or don't I do this? But I feel like they want, because then they can definitely level Swain next turn from what he creates. So it does make sense. We go to next turn with full mana. Ravenous Flock.
Lock the door.
Okay. So if we throw Petty Officer, here's the plan. We throw Petty Officer. Here's a little lesson in trickery. We throw we're looking at, depending on what our opponent plays, potentially Moonlight Affliction. Potentially Moonlight Affliction to stop this. We firstly see what we randomly create. Potentially, we should have just gone forward because there is actually now call for Twisted Fate. Like, Twisted Fate drops with red card and dead. So, there is potentially chance of that. Our opponent decides not to do anything about this. So, can't block. And guess we make you not block as well. I mean, yeah, of all of them, you're the one which at least health stat. We do that. We go forward and we grab this over here. Seems okay. Seems much legit. So we do that. That'd be our plan of great attack. Knowing the fact that hopefully we've got Atrocity coming soon for us. So we actually get a good trade out of that as well. You know what? That's gone fine. Potentially, you could say the misplay was grabbing the keg. We could have gotten down to 2, but other than that, I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy with how that all went down. They didn't even use the Jack the Winner thing to get Swain up to his level up that turn. It doesn't matter. They've got it in hand anyway. They can use it at any point. But that was quite nice. Okay.
I'm always up for a round or two.
Not gonna lie, it's not the best. Because that does actually remove a lot of people. Okay, I feel like we've got to go. Like this. Feels like that's the play. So at least At least we get draw out of it, if nothing else. And then we see, yeah. So we see what we get. And hope. Hope. Marvelio, the great magician! So... I am a great magician. I mean, we could actually throw, like, the better move would be that, but Marvolio, the great magician! I mean, I expected better, Marvolio. I expected better. It does give us a, I mean, I guess, like, you know, I mean, either way, it's a, whew, at least we got counter to Twisted. At least there is counter to Twisted there, which isn't too bad. Throw down Coral Creature, because if we throw down Fortune Croaker damage into both, it allows a Ravenous Flock move.
Where are you, spirit?
So, yeah, admittedly, that is very, very potent move. We could, I mean, the fact that this randomness means that we could grab you next turn. Okay, so at this point, I'm so sorry, Marvolio. Or do we do this? So if they want to use Sleeping with the Fishes, they basically have to decide on whether or not they want to kill one of their units. We know that we're going to throw down an elusive next turn. We know that we throw down elusive next turn. We throw this in here as well. Whoop, just so that we know that we have the potential of grabbing Twisted. Marvolio, the great magician. People will speak forever of Marvolio and his great magicianings. Okay, so throw the elusive down. At this point, throw the elusive down. Grab Twisted. Okay. We leave Marvolio, the great magician. We leave Marvolio, the great magician, back. And hope. Hope that our... I mean, I can't see their way of getting past this, but you never know, right? So, potentially... Shenamo indeed, Shenamo. Oh, you know what? Great game, great game. This deck is actually really a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so I mean, one must assume Demacian Landmark. One must assume Ephemerals with Demacian Landmark. That would be maybe do I keep Vengeance? Because I mean, Hecarim's going to be my biggest problem. I feel that Hecarim's going to be my biggest problem. Potentially, I should have kept Vengeance. But I mean, he's not going to drop until turn 5. That gives us plenty of time to find Vengeance. That's how I'm going to justify that to myself in my mind.
What does he want from me?
Okay. I don't really want to throw Pool Shark down here, but Pool Shark gives us an okay trade-off. Like, if I throw Cutthroat out here, we don't trade Cutthroat, so this at least means that, like, you know, we get trade. If you draw Marvolio, the Great Magician, I'm going to be so upset with you, Pool Shark. Don't you do it. That's fine. So, I guess we might as well see what's in the box of randomness. Of course. Ah, exactly who I was hoping for, so thank you. We're immediately right, so... Okay. Marvolio, come to me, because Marvolio could actually make you useful. The problem with Remitter is Remitter makes you potentially bad for me in terms of potential elusiveness, which sends everyone back to my hand. I mean, I could stop that draw. Potentially stopping that draw is going to be the better move, in all honesty. Like, I feel like maybe our opponent just like doesn't have what they need, and so they're like quickly trying to find it. But if we can slow them down, I don't mind losing some of my randomness for that greater good. Okay, so Petty Officer, show me what you got, baby.
Fight or you'll swim.
Oh, look at this, such a happy face. It's just like visitors. Right, so potentially they just trade. If I throw Petty Officer off, they just trade it there. I've just got to go forward. I've just got to go forward with this. I don't really want to risk anyone right now. Okay, so they're definitely going to be getting an Abomination. Definitely getting an Abomination right now. But they haven't really done anything to level Hecarim yet, so I feel like they just don't have their Chariot Shark. They don't have, like, anything that they're... Okay. So, good trade. Good trade. The annoyance is that you are gonna be who I was gonna remitter. But you are the best trade.
Please don't hurt them.
I've made my decisions. Potentially putting you in front of this is a good move. I don't like, because we know that they have many things that work. We're trying to kill things and making, like, you know, or using fading memories. So we kind of actually want to slow down. So the smart man move would be play the elusive and start getting elusive damage. But the comedy move, which we've saved our time, we stopped doing a trade specifically for this reason. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. Potentially, though, we could make that into a 7 cost. So we could make that into a 7 cost. Which one? I mean, this is the worst stat unit, so we go for the worst statted one. Return with interest. I mean, not exactly what I was looking for. So they have started. They have started. Which immediately they can't defend with that right now. They can't defend with Chariot Shark, so potentially we can't like try and force their big boys out. Try and force the big boys out. That's fine. Forcing an additional trade. Like, obviously, they want to keep the Soul Shepherd back because that's where they're going to be getting like a lot of value. They get a lot of value from Soul Shepherd. We might as well throw Pool Shark out at this moment in time. As I said, our main problems are Ledros, Vengeance, and Atrocity. But other than that, we're kind of fine with whatever it draws. Why is it always Ledros when I say I don't want it to be Ledros? Okay, so that is problematic. That is problematic. Kind of just have to go wide. Kind of just have to go wide right now. Elusive. More elusiveness. Right, so. Dampen that damage.
Where you going?
Dampen that. We do have the potential of Marvolio, the Great Magician. But actually no, maybe we just don't care about that. I'll stop at least some of it, but I don't feel like I need to stop all of it right now, so that is fine. So Fortune Croaker might as well right now. Come on. Still looking for my Great Magician, but okay. See what we get. Glimpse. Glimpse does actually give me options, to be fair. Glimpse does give me options. That now means that... So, the big news about that is that it does actually give me the way of killing the big man there. So we do this first because we want to try and like force any kind of things out of our opponent right now. Yeah, so before the attack happens and those effects... I mean, admittedly, they... Actually, no, it costs 6. I thought it cost 5. That's my fault. So, yeah, so that's not... That's quite big. So at least the big attack isn't coming off of that immediately. Potentially it could still come, like... So, big part of me is like, just do this here. Or potentially on top of Croaker. I'm going to use it on top of Croaker. My reason for doing this is because Vile Feast and Unspeakable Horror could be used on top of him. It's harder to counter the 2 health. So, there's the Atrocity move, if needed. Probably will be needed, if I'm going to be honest, but right now, not. If they throw down Hecarim, like immediate vengeance. So that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, because it does mean that they now have the ability to trade off all of our... They have the ability to trade off all of our elusives, which is obviously not fine, but it could be worse. Gonna throw the coral creature down. We want to get the nightfall of this rather than the oh, that's a spicy meatball is what that is. That's a spicy meatball. We wait. So all the elusives get taken here because it makes too much sense not to take the elusives. So we do that. So they've leveled Hecarim. Potentially the smart move is to actually vengeance the prankster, because they're going to be continuously getting things off the prankster. But then it does mean that we don't get our Eclipse Dragon move, which is a bit of a shame. But I feel like I have to do this for the greater good. Like, the greater good is the fact that on the plus side, that is too valuable, like, in terms of they get a lot of damage out of that, and we kind of need to calm that down. So what we can still do is we can at least go like this, and potentially even jailbreak. But I feel like we leave jailbreak for next turn so we can do the Eclipse Dragon move, the aforementioned Eclipse Dragon move. But now Ledros has showed up, so I mean that's just the plan. So Ledros drops, giving us this plan of attack, which now means the Atrocity is the finisher. I mean,
You won't feel it.
potential problems there. We don't let him get the heals. And then we've got the Atrocity finisher. There is potentially Vengeance and like a few moves like that, but it would mean our opponent would have to force all of their damage to stop what is about to happen. And I'm like, in terms of any kind of like removal spell or anything like that, which, like, you know, that's fine. I don't mind trying to force that. That's all good. GG! To be fair, really good deck we were just against then. So that was the random luck deck. As you can see, actually really powerful, like really, which it can really close game. Like, it's got that closer of the Ledros and Atrocity. It's just getting there, and the randomness of which it can create can sometimes actually really get you as far as, like, Marvolio is such an underrated card, such an amazing thing. But as I said, this deck was courtesy of Last Dutch Hero. I only made a few changes. I just want a little bit more draw in it personally. Best though, bear in mind I said, like, you know, links all down below if you want to join the Discord, if you want to join which is like the podcast. Bear in mind, me and Jankie make a podcast now of Legends of Runeterra, so the voice of the old ones, the link to that should be down below as well as the fact that obviously if you want to catch me on Twitch, you can catch me on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays if you want to come catch the action live. But honestly, thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed this deck. If you play this deck, please let me know how it goes to you. If there's any changes you'd make, let me know. But it's a really funny, lucky deck, and I love every aspect of it. So anyway, until next time, bye.
Flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me? Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.